how that has a relationship. See this. These are system defined. Here you see you can't edit or do something. This is system defined. That's what I was saying. If you open the data designer, and you can open your way also in the all context also. Let me refresh this. I click something. So you'll understand how they are basically data modeling is done for different parts. Like let's say mobile push. If you're running for mobile push and you want to have some connection, you want to build some connection. So you see, you have the contact ID. So with the contact ID, what they are doing? Let's see. Yeah. So mobile push demographics. You have a data view called mobile push demographics. Okay. Here you have application, batch, channel, city, contact ID, and you have other attributes as well. So definitely you can query all these things. Anyway, it is possible either with data view or some object also, and they have a relationship here with the mobile push subscription. See here what they have done. So they have done. They are not allowing us to edit or open it, but in at the top you can see one to many. Okay, infinity sign is there. This is one. So application to application, device to device, they have a mapping, but it's a one to many relationship. Now you have mobile push tags. Okay, this is one to many mobile push application and device, and then you have trial one. Okay, so somebody created here and created one trial one. So here you have a trial one, and then they are saying okay, name, ID, and email. So what you can also do, right? You see you can link your data extension. Whenever you're sending push, I can have another data extension for push. Then I can link it through this. Either I can link it directly through this, or directly through this, or through this, and I can design. And then via that, you can have a join operation, one to many or one to one. Better have try to have one to one, and then from this device ID, okay, you map to mobile subscription device ID, and from here with this device ID, though this one to many, you can come and get the contact ID. Following, Sumit?
Yeah, Shashi. One quick question about this. So we have the contact ID here, and you have shown
Mhm,
the other attribute group for data, system data. So is it
mhm,
possible to query the system data? I mean, the other uh, attribute
mhm.
group just
So,
have shown.
so obviously, so you have the contact ID. Once you have this contact ID, what you want? तुमको contact ID, you want to get contact key.
Yeah, the contact key. So we have the system. You just shown the other attribute, and I can see it has the contact key in there. So I was
Mhm.
wondering if we can just use the join there. But can we query this
No,
to?
no. Through query, there is no data view for all contacts. So you can't write a query on all contacts. Either you can have a REST API, or either you can create a data extension and push all the details there. Like this is a mobile push, right? So if I go to all contacts, I don't want to deviate from journey, but here what will happen is mobile list. Okay, then you can create a list of all contacts, and then either you filter out based on the mobile connect or mobile push, and then you can create list and then export that list into data extension, and then you can do it.
Yeah, yeah, got it,
Okay, or you can do via REST API, but there is no data view to basically query all contacts.
got it.
Or
Yeah,
either you can, what you can do is build a report, okay, from analytics builder, and get the contacts, and then you can do it. That is the other way around,
sure.
but directly they don't allow with the query. Okay,
Can you please?
and that what.
I'm so sorry.
Hmm?
When you clicked on data designer,
Mhm,
there was this system data which has
mhm.
four attributes. The system data one.
System data.
Can you on the right hand side? It's on the right hand side. So
See, this is a relationship. It's not a data view. You can query what. This is not a table.
oh, it's not a table. So I was looking about this the contact one.
System object. This is a system object. It's an object. It's not a table. It's not a data extension.
Okay,
So
got it.
to
Got it.
query, either you can query a data extension or a data view. Data view is also a table,
Mhm.
but this is not a table. So how you can not you can't query it. So for that, better what people do, they will go to all contacts. Okay. So from all contacts also here, I don't see here basically the channel. It will also describe like all contacts. You also have a channel. Yeah, this way. So yeah. So this is mobile push. So if there is a mobile push subscription, you can have your all the details that come. So most probably you have to go to Mobile Studio, create a mobile list, okay, and then filter. You can do a filtered or a create from file, and then you can basically create a mobile push, and then you can start it. Then you can define whatever you want to define, like which demographic, what, all these details. Add it, create a filter, and it create a filter. Then you can export to all contacts. Sorry, data extension. Moving back to here. So what we are saying: exit criteria, a decision split, goal, and the filter. Most of the time we are using all contact data. So that's why this data modeling, which I was talking here, right, with the data designer, that plays one of the vital role for journey builder. What else? Okay, so let
Shashi, I
me
have a
just
question.
pause here.
Yeah, just this is related to journey only, so I will not try to deviate the topic anywhere. It is whenever we set the goal, when the journey evaluates the goal. I mean, is it after every step, or is it
Oh, good question. Evaluation always happens at wait. So what happens is, it doesn't happen at whenever you're doing activity like update contact, not when you are sending an email, okay, not on engagement slip, but whatever wait period you have, like you have your flow. So all over whatever for wait period you have, like you have a wait by attribute, wait by duration and all. These are basically is the point where it evaluates. And another evaluation you can call as the engagement split as well. Hmm. So this also comes into control flow, but I haven't seen any. I don't remember that engagement split or random split. All this also evaluates the exit criteria or the goal. Evaluation only happens at basically mostly at the wait period. But I have let me confirm this whether in other attributes that do happen or not. Most probably is the activity that actually evaluates this criteria evaluation, even for let's say exit criteria and the goal. It actually happens at wait. Hmm. I'll confirm whether it happens on these other activities or not. I'm not sure, but that is a very good question. And if somebody asks you a question, definitely say it is based on the weight. That is 100% for sure. But
sure,
whether it happens for other, I'll confirm. Now, random is done. Path optimizer, I'll cover next time. Decision split, we have done. Engagement, we have done. Join, we have done. Weight by attribute, just an example. So, weight by attribute, though it says attribute, but the attribute has to be a type of date field. Okay, so here also weight by attribute. Either you can wait via a contact data or a journey data. So let me take journey data and say, see, I have only one attribute that is of type date. So here you need to have a date field. So if you want to fire an email or after certain uh, date, then you have to define some uh, attribute as a date field. So I not a created date. Created date is not better, but for me, okay, let's take this as a created date. Hmm. So then I'll say created date, wait for 1 day after the created date, right? So let's say instead of this created date, you should have like say this is open. Hmm. So after the open, I have to I maybe after running the query, open query. So query data view. If I say data view of open, okay. So definitely it will capture when it was open, right? You have the event date. So I'm capturing the event date and populating to the data extension as open date. So then I can say open date when it's opened. After that, whenever the person has opened, then I say I can modify this. Hmm. So you have some advantage with wait by attribute. You'll say how many days you can wait. So once the person open the email, maybe I'll wait for couple of days, say 2 days. Hmm. After he opened, and I can also select the time zone at what time I have to send. So I can select, say, anyone, let's say Baghdad. Huh? So I can do this extend. Then I can also extend the time also. I can say at what time I want to fire this event. Okay. So I can even extend with time. So somebody might asking like, I want to send an email at this particular time. Hmm. So this is one way where you can do that within the journey. Within the journey, you can have a duration, okay, and plus the time at what time you want to send. So I'll say okay, I'll wait for 2 days once you open, and I'll send him an email at this particular time. Okay, so there might be some people saying that for here I can have a decision split. Okay, instead of engagement, what I can also have is a decision split. Okay, let's say here I have a decision split. Hmm. So if this decision is based on the country, region wise, right? So better I can devise a query and say uh, I can have this decision based on the region. So first region is instead of phone number, I say EMEA. Okay, and after the EMEA, I can wait by attribute. I can use wait by attribute here and wait by attribute here. क्या क्यों drag नहीं हो रहा है? Oh, what's happening? Oh, I am not able to bring
Shashi,
this
you
one.
cannot add two wait activities at the same time. We have already added one there.
Oh, नहीं नहीं. See. Oh, edit. हाँ. Oh, wait by attribute try कर रहा था ना region की बात. Okay. Hmm. So here I said, okay, this is EMEA, right? So I can define for EMEA. Okay. So I say simply selected journey date or any date that is required. So I'm creating created date. Okay. So since this is EMEA, I'll wait for 1 day and I can select this is central time or I can select Spain wala time. Canada, oh yeah, Sydney, Belgium, Hong Kong chala gaya to Chennai. Okay, let's say India. Huh. So I'll say Indian time I can do. And for Indian people, I want to send them around normally they at 8 p.m. So this can also be done, right? So you're sending at 8 p.m. to the Indian people. Hmm. Or you might have like those customers who want to get the email in the morning, afternoon, evening, that also you can do by region. So your region split will be deciding at what day of the time you want to send. So you say it's a morning time, then you say morning, another one is afternoon, and you can have three different data decision split, and then you can have a wait until date. Okay, wait by attribute. This is one way, and this is done. Then wait by duration. Oh, this is already there. Duration 1 week and 1 day and all. So wait until date you can do. Okay. So wait until date also is same like a date, and you define that is a it's not a dynamic, right? You're predefining like on this day, like if there is some holiday or something, let's say 26 January, right? So 26 is a Republic Day. So I want to send a happy Republic Day message or something. So I can define this as well. So that this kind of a thing, this can happen with wait by date. And this one is quite interesting. Okay. This one is quite interesting. Wait until event. So be very careful what I'm saying here. So here, when I say wait until event is, what I'm doing is I'm creating a API. Okay, either I can create a API or let's say, okay, so I'll copy this. I'm going to description. Let me paste the same. Hmm. Then I have to select a data extension, obviously. So I select a data extension. Hmm. Maybe I can create another data extension, or I want to create. I want to add it to the target data extension as well. That is okay for me. Oh, okay. Let me select some existing one. Let's say. Okay. So data extension, okay, they have already decided which data extension. So for every API, it should have a data extension mapping. Okay. So how much duration they have to wait? You can say you can define it 1 day or 2 day. You can define here. Okay. So this is basically a wait. So you have to define how many days it has to wait. So it's similar to like we are triggering an API journey. So for API journey, I have a blog that I had created recently. Here you can understand how the API journey is triggered. You can go through this blog and read all the steps that I've mentioned. I don't know why this image, okay, image is loading slowly. So I have given step-by-step process how to trigger an API journey. So here an API will be triggered and you have to associate like whenever you means you are adding a contact, okay, or subscriber into this data extension. Once the data extension is inserted, okay, let's say a new new record is inserted here. So what is very interesting is either deciding this subscriber to enter this API into your journey. Means yeah, basically what we are doing is Sumit was traversing this path. Sumit was traversing, and your decision split was updated email or updated phone number or not. If yes, then here in Sumit has to basically enter this, which data extension he should be in the part of this NTO data extension as well. The other interesting fact about this wait event is you can add a contact into this NTO, and the person will start flowing from here, skipping the this starting path from the start. See this? So this one is quite interesting for me, but I haven't tested it yet. Whether it will come from start. For me, yeah, it will always, because this is defined. Now, if the person is in this, the existing one, say Sumit, okay, he got a product offer. You have a decision split, updated the phone number. Yes, if he's inside the NTO data extension or not, yes, then you'll get a product investment. If he's not in there, then we'll wait for certain time, for 1 day or 2 day, whether he will come there or not in the NTO data extension. If he doesn't exist, he will exit this flow. If he comes through this path of the, either it is some trigger is happening and is inserting there, then Sumit will flow. The another interesting thing, I don't want to make it more complex, but the interesting fact is if I add wait until event. So here is the wait until event activity. So what it says is, follow these steps, configure a wait until activity in the journey. This feature uses same API event configured for journey entry event. Like whenever you used to create a journey via this one API, right? This one, which I was saying this one, how you do. It's a similar way. Once it enters, it should not basically start from the beginning. Obviously, it should go in the. So why I'm saying this is, there are a lot of questions that are being asked is, say I want to create a new version of this journey, right? You created a new version, so this will be in the stopping, in the finishing mode, but suddenly you created a new version 2 and you stop version 1, so everybody is going to exit from this journey, right? Now accidentally everybody exited, but you still wanted to continue that flow. So in version 2, maybe you can add a wait activity, this until event, okay, and inject to this data extension via an API, okay, through API call. You can inject those records to this data extension, and they might continue from this flow. Okay, this is another way of looking into the solution. Are you people following what I'm saying here?
Yes, Shashi. I mean, if we don't want to start it from the beginning, we can just simply add this activity, and it will start from here, and it will take us through the complete journey, not from the beginning one, but from where it started, right?
Right. Yeah. So this one is most important thing which I see against all other weight attribute. Okay. So a lot of questions were raised by many people. I remember when they were asking, how should I basically inject in between the journey. Normally, answer was it's not possible, but this is one way it is possible. Hmm. And others are similar, like wait with the app event and push event. Whenever if we get a time to do these things, we'll do this. And path optimizer. So okay, I can spend 5 minutes. Wait a minute. Let me put on my charger. Huh. So I didn't thought like today. I thought I will complete by 1 hour, but ऐसा ही होता है. Anyway, so yeah, path optimizer. Okay, let me add it here. So what it does it, same. Okay, so you have the same population like the that random split. That's why Sumit was saying instead of random split we can use path optimizer. Okay, the difference was here in the path optimizer. You can define a population. Okay, you can engagement here. This one either you do it manually or via engagement, or looking at the click through rate or open rate or unsubscribe rate. You have different engagement measurement, how you want to decide which one is winning and which one is losing, or you can do it manually. Okay, so let me have this manually. So winner evaluation, now I said manually. Now क्या हुआ? Hmm, split. So I have this percentage. Let me make it 50, 60, and or एक था, this was a hold back. So if you want to hold back some of the this one, you can do, but I don't know what is this used for. Once available, okay, once the run is scheduled, then only this is available. Okay, to either manually modify which one is. So this one is by manually doing. Okay. So if I have to go back and say this one, like deciding by this Einstein type of engagement. So if I say open rate, hmm, how long do you want to monitor this one? So definitely you have to define. It's not one day. It will always be. You can't decide in one day or 1 hour. It will always be by week. Let me make it 7 days for easy clarification. This. Hmm. Then obviously the path has to be decided. Then yeah, you do. Okay. So you have to basically add more activities, like you have to add the emails. And once the time is passed, okay, what happens is, let's say the path one is the winner. Then what it does is it abandons this second path. So this one will close, and everyone following after that, whoever is follow, it will traverse to the winning path. That is similar to A/B testing. I am not a fan of path optimizer anyway. Oh, what else? This much for today. Yeah, I think I'm tired now. Any questions? I'll wait for some questions and then move on.
Yes, Shashi. So this
Hmm?
wait until event that you added, like I am seeing one advantage is this, that we can add new population here for the next activity, next engagement. But this thing is not clear to me. Like if let's say Sumit is entering into the decision split and he updated his phone number, so will this check that okay? Is he available in that data extension which is related to this API event? And if it is he is not, then he will just simply exit, or he will add it to the data extension. Or,
Good question. So here, wait until event, you have a path,
mm,
right? Like
okay.
other wait period, it doesn't have a path. Hmm.
Yes.
So like whenever we add it, see, that's why this is there. Like if I say wait until date, let's see, I remove this. Okay. This one. So let's say I say wait by attribute, right? So it's not creating a path. It will wait
Yes.
by that event that has to occur. That date has to be configured. So wait by
Mm,
duration, now wait until
yes.
date also, it doesn't create a path, right? So
Yes.
it will wait for that particular date to occur. It has to be a future date, obviously, right? But
Hmm.
when I'm doing wait until event, it has path, positive and negative path. So,
Yes.
Sumit is following this one and he's updating the phone number, well and good, right?
Yes.
I'm looking at this event has to occur. If that event
Okay.
occurred, how you can do? Either you can do via REST API, or
Hmm.
let's say for me, for Shashi Inc. with the use case, you are being navigated to my website, right?
Yes.
Now in the website, I have a update profile page, and you are entering your first name, last name, mobile number, blah blah, right? And when you
Okay.
click on submit, the website team can basically trigger the API, right? So
Yes.
here I have the API name. So through the API name, they can basically trigger. So here, when I'm saying in the journey builder, so this is the steps that needs to be followed for journey API. So I have to create an install package, right? So in the install package, once I create an install package, it has to be a server to server API, and you have to have the scope. And then what you need to do, you have to supply the client ID, client credentials to the website team, right? So through this uh, script, okay, they will get the token. And yeah, decided here. Okay, so in the event, to fire an event, they have to call this API interaction v1 event, and they have to pass those details here. And they also have to pass the token, your bearer token, which they injected here through this one. Okay, so once they do from the website, then what is happening, this event is getting occurred. So it's waiting for some time to occur. Okay, and it will wait for how many days? I said 2 days. Hmm. So it will wait for 2 days. And if Sumit has actually just updated a phone number, but also at the same time is waiting for this, so this decision split is becoming little redundant for me, right? So maybe I can move this before, yeah, before the, so I
Hmm.
can remove that decision split also. I don't require a decision split, right? Instead of deciding whether he's updated or not, this wait until event can also decide whether he updated or not. Understood?
Yes. Hmm.
Yeah. So from the website, when it gets triggered, then say whether this event occurred. If occurred, well and good, let's follow. If not, okay, he is not interested, let him exit.
Okay.
Understood? So that's why I remove. So I can remove this decision split. So this is how basically what I'm saying is, whenever you are building a journey, first understand the use case in total. Hmm. And once I understand the use case, then I can understand where I can leverage journey data and contact data. Hmm. Most of the time, contact data is very useful. Like if you want to use exit criteria or goal, right? And obviously, I'm not. Again, I'm saying uh, I'm not an advocate of having this filter context. It will always slow down the process. Okay, rather than I'll use a query and build this new customer engagement. So where this can apply? So this can apply in the whenever you are using Salesforce data as your target event, right? So there also you have a criteria which similarly works as a filter contact. That is okay. This one is not okay for me, right? But anyway, to show, I am showing what you can do. Here you have a contact data. For that you require. And if you already know the decision, what decision you have to do, and it's already predefined, then use journey data, not contact data. Unnecessary using contact data will slow down your processing. What else?
Yeah. Understood.
Any questions anybody has? No? Well, then, but yeah. So one more thing is, okay, a very interesting fact is this journey data is basically whenever you're creating a journey, you always create a trigger send, right? So if I have to go to email studio, if I go to email studio and if I go to the interactions, and from interactions, if I go to triggered emails, here you have trigger emails, but after if you just collapse here, you will see journey builder sends. Whenever you're creating journey builder, the handshaking is happening with the email studio. So journey studio is different, email studio is different. So both between these two parties, two different studio, how they're interacting via trigger send. Okay. So let's say example, if I take any example, hmm, so this, if they are different version, then it will create subfolders. So you have version 1 and version 2. Okay. So this version and version 2 here, okay, in this email, I can see in this journey in version 2, there are two emails. Okay. So these two emails, what happens is, let's say, if you want to update an email, this is a running version of the journey. And if you want to update this, either you can update from here or from content builder, and you select it. Not only that will help, okay, here you can do edit the message and you can edit the message, and then you can do in the running version also, no problem with that. Okay, but this, instead of just doing this, is not going to ascertain that you have updated the email in the running version. What you need to do, you need to go to that particular version, okay, select that email, you pause that trigger, okay, then here it will be publish the changes, then you have to click the publish changes and then again start it, then only your new email that you updated the email, that will be effective. So you have to keep that in mind whenever you have to update any email activity. Hmm. And when I'm saying this is a triggered email, it means triggers are always sent one by one. Okay, so if you have built an email in such a way that it has to do lot of lookups and do blah blah blah. Like if in the AMScript enablement, somebody was saying that we should not add multiple lookups. This is the one of the reason. Okay, because in the OMM, you're looking lot of lookups and doing a lot of things. So maybe for each subscriber, you might be landing into creating different job IDs. Hmm. So it is one-to-one email that is happening because trigger send is always one-to-one. So the processing speed with high volume of data, where you don't have a mission to accomplish, journey is not always useful. It's better you go with automation and send. If you want to send a mass email, it's always via automation, not journey. Okay. So when you do with automation, your job ID will be processed in batches. Here it is always one to one with the journey. So keep that in mind as well. Chalo. Any other questions?